Hi, this is Phil Leach, and in this video, what I'd like to do is talk through how you register your students after they've completed an online Extension Studies course. This is a little different than the regular Extension Studies course. So, as before, you go to your base, your campus web app, and you log in, and there is the URL if you need it. You would have already had your own username and password, and so you log in and you will come to a page something like this. This is the instances screen. So as before, this is the King's Lodge web app there in the UK, and so that's what you're seeing. Yours, of course, would be whatever's on there for your campus. And so the first thing we want to do is to create a new instance. And with online extension studies, it's a little different because in our regular extension studies, each course is registered once, you run it, and then if you want to run the course again, you actually have to re-register that course. And there's a video explaining how to do that. With online courses, once your course has been approved, it is registered, and you can find that course and create as many instances as you need. The reason is Extension Studies courses, which are a location, they often run once, they have a beginning and an end, but it's not unusual for online courses to have students signing up and working through the course at different times. And so with online Extension Studies courses, you are able to find the course that has been registered, and so you click on the new instance, and you have this box. So you click on the little arrow on the right hand side and scroll through until you find the course that you want to register your students in, and you'll see the one I created for this video, Test Online ES Course, February 2018. So you choose that one, and then you get to this screen. You click on the Create Instance, Lecture Only, and then you get the opportunity to fill in the basic information of this particular instance. You choose the language and the primary course leader. If the course leader's name is not there, then you're able to add a user. Now, the course description, this really is for other type of courses where there may be a variation. And for us, our material on online courses is established, it's set, so you won't need to put anything here usually. You fill in the lecture dates, and just notice the date I put there. The start date is the 1st of November 17. Just take note of that because you will need that later. You save, and then you come to this dashboard screen. So I want you to notice that there's 3 red buttons, and each of these need to be filled in to complete this instance. So we begin by adding students. When you come to this page, you can do this 3 ways. You can add a student that is already in the university system. If you have a lot of new students, you can import them using the CSV file, or you can add them manually. If you add them manually, then you have the straightforward different fields that you fill in. Those that have a red box are mandatory, and the others are optional. At the bottom on the right, there's a save button, and you come back and you will have your student added. But we will look at, we will go for the past students option. So you type the name of your student in the search box. I've used my wife Linda Leach, and then you press enter and they should appear. Now, just a note here, you'll notice that Linda's name is here twice. The reason is one is her own personal U of M records, and then there's the one I've added as I often use her as an example on these test teachings. And so if you find a student is twice in the system, then do please be in touch with the U of M Records Office, because people should only be in there once. Otherwise, their records are under two separate listings. So just a note about that. And so you type in the name of your student, you click the add button, and then they get added to the list. So you continue to do this, either adding manually or finding the student already in the system. You keep adding your students, and there you will have a list down the page depending on how many participants you are registering. You then go back to the overview button, and you'll notice that the little dot is now green. This is completed, and so now you want to add the grades. Click on the grades, you'll find your students listed down, and you select for each one the grade status, complete, and then the grade, A, B, C, or D. And then there's two options to make comments. One is for internal use, as you see, and the other is a note that will be printed out on the student's papers alongside the certificate. And we'll see that at the end when we get there. And so you fill in these details, you click save, and then when you've finished all of your students, hit the overview option, and now you'll notice the grade button is green. So now we make a payment. When you come to the payment page, you'll notice that this is the pending payments, and it so happens that the King's Lodge, we have a number of payments that need to be made. But what you do is you look down for your particular course you want to pay for, and so you click the little box on the left, a little blue tick, you click next, and it takes you to the payment page. Now there's a number of ways you can pay. You can pay through PayPal, bank transfer, but for many people it's just the debit or credit card, and so you would fill in the details. But just note there where the arrow that it says this is $4. Now the extension studies, the cost is per credit depending on the location in the world that the course was actually delivered, first, second, or developing world. In online courses, because you may have a course registered at any base, but then you have students who could come from all sorts of countries, we have a standard charge per credit, and that you will see is $4 per credit, and that is wherever and whatever part of the world the course is registered or the students who do the course are located. And so the card details are put in. When you put in the credit card number, you will get this little message, invalid card number. Don't worry about that. That will go away when you finish all of the numbers. So when the details are in, you click submit, and then the payment will go through. Once you've done that, you can click on the little box at the top there where it says the King's Lodge with the little 6, and you go back to the payment page. And when you're back on the payment page, you'll notice that on the pending category, the course that we are registering is no longer there, and that is because it's paid for. But if you go to the history section, the history option there, the history category, you'll find your course at the top. And so what this enables you to do is to click on the print invoice, and there this will open up. It's a PDF file. You can print that off, and then that can become a record for your accounts department. Once you come back to the payment page options, you then click back on the instances option at the top left, and whatever particular category of instances this may come to, you can see along the top there's the option of My Instances, Incomplete or Complete. What you want to do is go to the incomplete instances, because even though you've put all this information in, this particular course instance is not yet complete until you submit it. And so this is when you scroll down and you find the date when the course started. I ask you to remember that. You'll see November 17, and the course we are registering is there. Notice the nice green dots on the left hand side. Now we want to click on the option there, test course, and it will bring us to the submit instance screen. So now you can click that button under the famous moustache, and it's done. Once you've done that and the instance has been submitted, you go back to the instance options at the top left, and you now come on to the completed, because your instances are now completed. You scroll down to the relevant date, and you will find your course that has been submitted. You click on that, and notice all the nice green dots there. Everything is complete, but on the right hand side you find the button to download the certificates. You click on this and you get the option for the language you want. We have the 5 main U of N languages. You click on that, and what you'll find are 3 different sheets. Here we have a cover sheet with all of the details on. For this student, you have the certificate for the student that you as a course leader should sign on the bottom left, and then a registration and grade sheet, and the details are all there. And so this is how you register a student and then print off the certificates.